Hi guys, Darth Thesis here back on a Star Wars figure review. Today something a little different. This is the Star Wars 30th Anniversary Collection Juno Eclipse from the Force Unleashed video game. I recently got this figure for like 20 bucks at a local toy show. Not like a super high priority figure for me to pick up, but for 20 bucks, I really love the Force Unleashed game, probably one of my favorite Star Wars games. I used to play the hell out of it back when I was younger and when it first came out. And Juno is a pretty significant and important character from that game. I didn't have a figure of her yet, so figured why not for 20 bucks pick her up. And it's a pretty cool figure actually. It's aged surprisingly pretty well. But yeah, jumping right into it, I guess I'm going to cover what she comes with first. You do actually get a display base with this figure. It was pretty cool back when we got display bases for During the Crunch figures. We got Juno Eclipse there in silver, Star Wars Expanded Universe, and then a peg to plug the foot in from 2007. So very cool. And then the figure itself, she does come with a Stormtrooper blaster, which we've seen this specific sculpt many times back in the day. And then you can actually also remove her hat, which is pretty cool. And it fits on there pretty good. But taking a closer look at the figure, it is, female Imperial officer, I guess. But I guess we don't get too many of them. As far as I know, she's a unique sculpt, but maybe she does have some reuse. I'm really not sure. But the head sculpt, I think, looks pretty good, and the face paint's not bad for being over 10 years old at this point. Probably close to 15 years now, maybe even 15 years old now. I think it looks pretty good, all considered. And removing the hat, you can kind of see she got the blonde hair tied up there, which I think is good. The black Imperial officer uniform, I think, looks pretty nice. You've got the her rank badge there with the red squares. I think she's a captain. I think she's captain. I might be wrong, but I think she is. And you've got some silver paint for the code cylinders, as well as silver paint for the belt buckle, and then the rest of the figure is pretty much black. You do have a bit of flesh tone color for the outside of her gloves on both sides, but then it's pretty much all just black. But the sculpt detail of the outfit's pretty well done. And one thing that's actually pretty interesting with this figure is her left hand is actually molded in a fist, which is pretty, I think it's a fist. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a fist. You can't put anything in her hand. It's pretty unique. You don't usually see Star Wars During the Crunch figures with anything but grip hands. So kind of weird because she has a blaster that she would probably use two hands with, so it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but still a unique thing that's pretty cool. In terms of articulation, she has a ball joint, old style ball joint at the head, which she looks up just a little bit, looks down a little bit, rotation, a little bit of pivot, actually pretty decent pivot. Single hinges at the elbows move quite well. Single hinges at the, or shoulders rather. Single hinges at the elbows that move 90, swivels at the wrist, swivel at the waist, swivel at the hips, ball hinge knees, and ball hinge ankles. So pretty well articulated. For the time, this is pretty much the good standard at the time, and even still hold up decently well today. And I mean, she's an officer. I don't need her doing crazy poses anyways, so it's perfectly serviceable for this character. But yeah, pretty cool. There's really not much to talk about. This is gonna be a pretty short review, but overall, it's a pretty cool figure. I think it's definitely not an essential figure for a Star Wars collection per se. But I'm pretty sure you can, if you shop around, you can find her for fairly cheap, fairly affordable. So if you're a fan of the Force Unleashed games and you don't have her yet, I would definitely recommend picking her up if you can get her for a good price, because she is a pretty essential character, to the games. So yeah, I don't have any much else to really say, so I'm going to end her off there. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video. May the Force be with you.